Testing, testing. Hello, everybody. I see there's actually 3 viewers already. How's it? My name is Ruan, and welcome to the first live stream of Tunnel Vision TV. I hope everything is working. I hope you guys can hear me. I honestly thought that there will be 0 viewers when starting this. Yeah, and I see there's already 3, so that's cool. Welcome. Yeah, as I said, my name is Ruan from Tunnel Vision TV and first ever live stream. Let's see what happens. I just want to know, can someone maybe just say in the chat if the audio is working and if the quality of the stream is okay. We've got 4 viewers. Welcome. So before I open Blender, I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. Obviously we're going to do some blendering tonight, and yeah, so I had this idea to actually do a little 3D short film, or like a little animation, not really a short film, just like maybe a minute or so, of just this little alien, and he lives on a asteroid or something somewhere in the universe, and it's just going to be like a low poly animation that I want to do. So I actually started learning Blender only last year in 2020. During the lockdown, I decided I'm gonna start learn Blender, and yeah, I've used Maya before, 3ds Max, Cinema 4D, Modo, all of those ones, and I decided when they actually changed the interface in 2.8, I decided, okay, I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna try it out. So I started learning Blender. So I'm not great at Blender. I kind of know my way around it, but I'm not amazing. But yeah, I just wanted to create this little short film, and I've got this idea. So I think tonight what I want to do is I just want to start building his little house that he lives in on this asteroid. So yeah, that's the idea, and it's going to be low poly, as I mentioned before. So it's not going to be super detailed or anything. So I think that's the idea. So I'm going to jump into Blender. I'm using the latest version that came out, I think, last week. We can check the version number now, but yeah, so it's like the brand new version, so we'll see how that performs as well, which will be cool. And cool, there is a message from Anas Hassan. How's it, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, when I say guys and how's it, man, I mean guys and girls. It's just easier to just say hi guys, but I actually mean both male and female and anything else. Hey Barcelona 931, welcome to the stream. Yeah, my first ever live stream ever. So let's see what happens. So let's jump into Blender, and let's see. I hope you guys can see my screen. I'll just check the stream in a minute. So yeah, this is version 2.92, the latest version. And let's just start by deleting everything. I always do that. And let's start with, I'm just going to obviously start with the cube. So what we're doing, for everyone who joined, I'm just building a little house for my little alien being that lives on an asteroid somewhere in the universe. So that's the idea. Just a low poly thing. So let's just make it a little bigger. Let's just scale it out, and I think I can just use the dimensions here, which is probably easier. I'm gonna make it about 3 meters tall or high, and in the X, let's make it like 5 meters by, I don't know, 7 meters. Let's see how that works. And I'm just gonna create a plane. I just want to snap this. I usually like doing the snap to face. It's just easier to kind of do that because the pivot wasn't now kind of in a nice place. So we can delete that again, and let's just save the project because I know something can happen, and yeah, let's not do that. Let's call this Space House. Cool. Save it. I'm just saving on the desktop. So I have actually no idea what I'm gonna do here. I see my logo is probably under my camera. Hey Adrian, how are you doing, man? Sorry, just saw your message now. And how's it, Mustafa? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I'm not really gonna worry about that too much. Let me just switch to the main chat quickly. Hey Adrian, thanks for joining the stream, man. Yeah, I'm just building a little space house in Blender, so yeah, welcome. So switching back to Blender, so I've got no idea what I'm gonna do here. Let's just go into edit mode and start adding some loop cuts maybe. And I actually want to look at some references first. So I'm gonna switch over to Safari, and then let's just go into Google and search some like a space. No. Moon base cartoon. Just to get some ideas of what we're gonna do here. Something cartoony like this one in the corner is pretty cool. Let's see. There's not a lot, yes. Moonbase. Let's do like Moonbase. That's pretty cool. Little tunnel. I want something. The idea that I have in mind is like it's almost like this little alien dude. He collects like just collects like junk basically from different parts of the universe or from the asteroid or whatever, and then he builds his little base out of junk. So yeah, that's kind of the inspiration or the idea I had. Dun dun dun. I don't see anything super interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I like kind of this idea. Ooh, this is nice. Little space thing with an antenna with a little satellite dish. Yeah, I think let's just go with it. Let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna go back to Blender, and then I'm gonna do some loop cuts here. And let's see what we can do. I'm just gonna start off by just extruding some of these faces, and maybe just maybe let's just extrude this down as well. I don't know if it's that. No, the same. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just like a little thing coming out, like a vent or something. And then we can do some windows, maybe just some weird angled windows. So I'm going to take some of these vertices and just kind of push them over. And maybe let's do an inset there. And then extrude that inwards. Something like that. And maybe these two as well. So I'll do inset as well and let it extrude them in. Just one thing I want to do that I always forget to do is when you size something in Blender, it's always good to apply the scale or the transform. So I'm just going to go to object and I'm going to apply the scale. So yeah, then things like inset and stuff just works a bit better sometimes. So let's see. Let's create some more. No, let's just take these vertices and maybe just move them. Move them over that way. And let's do a little inset here as well. Extrude that in. I've got no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do it. So let's just move these around as well. Y. And then maybe let's take these ones, inset that, and extrude that in. So obviously going to do the inside as well, and it's always tricky for me to figure out kind of where to put the door and how to kind of get into the whole place, but I'm going to try something else this time. I'm going to go from the top. So let's just maybe inset something here as well. I don't know, I'm just adding like random stuff there. So I think before we go inside, let's just decide where we're going to put the door to this little base. So, or there should maybe be like a little airlock. So I'm going to extrude something here, and we can build a little airlock. Let's maybe extrude. But I just want to straighten this out because this is going to cause a lot of issues. So I'm going to take these vertices and I'm going to scale them in the y-axis and then just press 0. And I'm going to do the same with these ones. Scale y0. Now we've got kind of a rectangle. I think so. Yeah. Just going to move that one in as well, just slightly, so it's not stretched like that. Okay, so now we can start extruding these faces, and I'm going to do a Alt-E to extrude along normals. Maybe not that big, maybe like that. And then we can take these faces and extrude them. And that's our little airlock. And then we can extrude these just to create like the door. And then inset that. That's going to be the entrance or something. Cool. So next what I want to do is I had this idea of a, like, you know, like a boss, like a bar sign, like outside a bar, but like a really bad old kind of 50s Vegas vibes with like all these light bulbs around it saying bar. I saw that somewhere on a picture. I can't remember, but yeah, I want to kind of put that into or on the entrance. So he found this thing somewhere on, obviously on Earth, and he stole it. But it's this old thing, and he just kind of placed it on the roof of this little house. So yeah, so I think here by the entrance, I want to place it somewhere just above this. So let's just do a quick save there. And yeah, let me just look at the comments quickly. Hallo Nico, goed om jou te sien hierso. Awesome, man. Yeah, this is my first live stream on this channel. I decided I'm gonna come back and create some content. I don't know if I'm gonna do tutorials again, but I decided I'm gonna just try this live stream thing out and see how it goes. So yeah, just doing some random Blender work. So if you're interested in some 3D modeling, yeah, stay around. So we've got the little airlock, we've got this little house. So I'm gonna try and make a sign kind of come out here somewhere. And let's see. First I want to start with a little pole where we're going to place it on. So I'm going to do a loop cut. We don't really have to do another loop cut, do we? Probably. I always do too many loop cuts, but you know what? I don't really care. So let's just zoom in here, and I'm going to do inset right there. I'm going to scale it in the X. So we have something like that. It's not perfectly square, but that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to extrude that. So that's our pole, or the thing that the sign is going to be on. And now I just need to think how this thing's going to look like. I'm going to extrude this, and I'm going to extrude those two sides. I want to have like an arrow kind of pointing this way and then down, big arrow back, and then lights all over, something like that. So I'm going to do a Alt-E and extrude faces along normals, like so. Maybe I'm going to extrude it again, so that's cool. Then I'm going to extrude this face. Let's just see how big I want this. Yeah, it can be pretty big. We can actually scale this up a bit. And then I'm going to extrude this, and I'm going to rotate it in the X axis and then move it down, G, Z. I'm not always going to say the shortcuts. If you have a question about any of the shortcuts, just put them in the chat. And yeah, we're on the right screen here, Blender Cam. If I forget to change the scene, please just shout in the comments, because this is all very new to me. I'm actually using my iPad. Sorry, let me show you guys quick. So I'm using my iPad like so, and you download the Streamlabs app for free, and you basically control Streamlabs with your iPad. You can put it on your phone. Really, really cool. And you just press the buttons. Like I can go to Blender Cam, Blender with no cam, Safari. I can go Be Right Back. I can go Blender wide cam, like the full thing. Yeah, or just I can go to black, and I can mute my mics and everything. It's really cool. So yeah, sorry, bit of a rant about the techno stuff. So yeah, but okay, we're back to Blender Cam. So what I'm gonna do, let me just move that up. So I'm gonna extrude this again, and again rotate it. That's gonna look very, very janky. Maybe that should be the arrow. So I'm gonna rotate it in the Z, in the X, like so, and then I'm just gonna scale it in the Z just to flatten it out. Just press 0 there. That's a really, really weird looking sign, but that's perfectly fine. And then we extrude this. This whole thing must come forward. So let's just select all of that. I'm gonna go with this whole like crooked look. So I'm literally just gonna move this in the what am I doing? I'm gonna unselect all these ones, and let's just move this thing in the Z, yeah, on the X, like so. Okay, this is very weird. I'm gonna scale this in the Y to 0, and scale it in the X to, no, that's actually fine, G, Z. This is very weird. This thing's got too many sides to it or something. I don't know what's going on here. Let's just move that down. Yeah, that's kinda something, but this thing must go out, and then yeah. So these two must be extruded, like so. Oh, this is very. What am I doing? What am I doing? It's kind of the right idea, but not completely. I can probably rotate this in the. This is also not gonna work. Let me just undo that quickly. I don't think that was the right way to do it. We must actually delete all these faces, and let me just let's just delete all these faces, and then I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna let me just think. So we bridge that, and then I'm gonna extrude that like so, and then I'm gonna scale it in the Y, like so, and then I'm gonna extrude it, and then I'm gonna scale it back to 0. That's kind of the idea that I had. And then at the end, I think we can just do a little scale. Yeah, maybe bigger. And then we move it in the Y. Big old weird sign. And we're going to place the word bar right here. So I think let's do that now while we busy with this strange looking thing. Yeah, something like that. Cool. So I'm gonna come out of edit mode, and I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna have a sip of water. Sorry, I'm South African, so I say water. But yeah, where are you guys from? Where are you guys from? Let me know in the comments. Should be interesting to see. Okay, so we're gonna do some text. So first of all, we're gonna use the 3D cursor just to make things easier. So I'm gonna place my 3D cursor there, and I'm gonna add text like so. Yeah, and the right thing. So Blender's text. I've never actually used this. I think I used it once, or yeah, maybe once. So I think it's quite interesting to type. You don't actually put your text here in the properties. you go into edit mode, press tab, and then you see this big cursor, and then you can actually just backspace like that. Bar, B-A-R, there we go. And I think I don't know how to change the font. I remember the last time I was checking, here we go, font, but yeah, it's you have to see, it's only have this one thing. I don't know, that's weird. So I don't know how to, I can bold or italic underline, but yeah, that's not really gonna work. Let me just see, we definitely, oh, you can even select it, bold. Okay, so you can literally just type away. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it default font for now. That's fine. So I think let's just go out of edit mode and then we just rotate this thing. So we're gonna rotate it 90 down and then also 90, like so. I love the shortcuts in Blender. It's just yeah, it's crazy. Y, and so I can do it like that. Cool. And then we need to extrude it. So that will probably be under geometry, and then let me just see what's happening here. Extrude. Bam. Look at that. That's probably a little bit too much. And I'm just gonna move it forward. Yeah, something like that. Let's bevel it slightly. No, that must be 0. Bevel. Here we go. Round is good. Just a little bit, like so. I think it's still too fat. Let's just scale it in the X and then move it in the X. I don't want to move it through the back, like so. And I don't like the smooth look, this smooth, yeah, I just want to set this to, must I convert, yeah, this is still a text object obviously, so you need to convert this to mesh first before you can edit it. So right click and you go convert to mesh, yeah, I think so. And now you can right click and say shade flat, and then you'll get the, yeah, this geometry is not the prettiest in the world, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So next I want to start doing some more work on this building, obviously, because this is kind of the main idea. I don't want to get sidetracked completely. So I want to add some, maybe like some pipes and things coming out here on the side. So I'm actually going to let's put the 3D cursor there, and I'm going to use some curves for this. I'm going to use the Bezier curve, and let's just do a top-down view, and I'm going to start moving these vertices or these points around, and that's going to be our pipe. So we can move that down and maybe rotate it. That will just going to be weird, like weird looking pipes. And I'm going to extrude that down. I find it quite sometimes interesting to work with these splines. You kind of need to know where you are in the 3D scene. Bam. Let's just move this one. Yeah, maybe just like up and a rotate like that, and then into the ground. So this will be surface area. So now we can go to this thing and we can just extrude it. No, not like that. Not like that. That must be 0. Also, I haven't used this in a while, but it should be. It's not that. It's definitely under here somewhere. Bevel, start path. Oh my god. Why can't I see it? Depth. There we go. Nice. So it's depth. Okay, so you can go and you can set the size like so. I'm probably gonna move it just so it's not going into the window area thing. So something like that's cool. And then you can also just right click and say, oh, this is already, oh, you have to convert it to mesh as well. So now you can go shade flat, so you get that nice low poly look. And then I'm just going to add some fatter parts. So if we just do like well, first I'm just going to take all these ones and just connect them up. So I'm just going to go full like that. That should be fine. And then I'm just going to scale it in the Z and then 0, so it's all nice and flat. And then we can start taking some of these. I'm just going to zoom in here. Just select all the faces around and then do like a extrude. So we're going to do Alt E and then extrude faces along normals to extrude in all the different directions, like so. And you can create some weird looking parts like that, and then maybe up here we do just something that's kind of fatter like that, maybe something like that. And then one more weird thing here, so we do a extrude faces along normals like so. Cool. Yeah, so I like these kind of things. Maybe we can even duplicate this one and then just rotate it around this pivot point. I just need to set the pivot point to the geometry so I can rotate around its center of mass. So now we can probably just rotate it and just maybe cheat it a bit. Also not into the window, but maybe more on this side. Yeah, that works. It's kind of not exactly the same and no one will ever know. So you can even scale them up and reuse, like a lot of times you can reuse many different parts of your mesh to create like different elements. So I can duplicate this like so and then scale it down and then maybe create something weird out of that. I have no idea, but you can do that. So let's just leave that little guy there for now. So next, let's add maybe some detail, just more detail on the sides of this little building. It's very like square or very rectangle right now, and I want to create like a very weird and like a junkyard kind of thing. I just want to look at the comments quickly. Cool. Hello, special movie star. Welcome to the stream. So let's just zoom in here, and yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do next. Let's add some more loop cuts. Why not? Maybe just like a little duct or something. I don't know what you call this. Not a duct. Something, a thing going through here. And then just inset that as well. I don't know, I love doing just little insets and extrudes and just to add detail. But we need to start adding like interesting stuff. So let's look at some reference images. Maybe we can add some weird boxes like next to the place. So I wonder if I must add them as separate objects. Let me just see if there's anything else. Let's switch over to Safari again, just to look at some of these references. Maybe a little satellite dish. That could be interesting. Yeah, let's create a little junkyard looking satellite dish. So maybe there in the corner. I'm just going to try and extrude it from here and not like create a new object. Well, we'll probably create a sphere and then just, that's going to be needed. So I'm just going to stay inside edit mode and I'm going to create a sphere, and that's going to create a new geometry that's part of this one big model. So let's just move it up, scale it down, and now I just want to cut it in half. So I'm going to look from the side, and then I'm going to switch on this X-ray mode, and then we can just delete all those faces. And there we have a little satellite dish. And now we want to rotate it first before we connect it. So easy way to select all the faces, you just point your mouse to it or your cursor and then press L for linked. And that's going to select all those faces for you. And now you can just rotate it just in a random, I think it must be bigger. Feels a bit small. Maybe, yeah, that's cool. And now we can go and we can select those faces and we can extrude them and then maybe extrude them and rotate them and just move them down a bit, maybe smaller. Extrude again, rotate again, scale Z 0 and then extrude down. And then we have a nice little janky looking satellite dish. Cool, so we're just going to place it in there. That is all we need. We can maybe add like little details here on the side. Let's do that. So I'm just going to make a loop cut. Maybe one there. And maybe one there. Okay, let's just zoom in here. So there's a new little shortcut that I learned recently, like yesterday. And let me just see yeah, so when you select like a pattern around something, so let's say I want to select one and then I want to skip two faces and then select that one and then so on, there's actually a shortcut for that. So you do it once and then you do a shift control plus. Look at that. So I can go shift control plus 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 and then plus plus plus. Oh, see, okay, that didn't work out. So I'm just going to do every, let's try if we skip 3. Yeah, that works. So I'm just going to extrude them along normals. Bam. And then we just move them down. So G, Z. I wonder if I want to bring those things out. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna keep those sharp edges, and then I'm gonna move this up so it's kinda like that. Little weird, little, yeah. That's probably not gonna work in real life, but you know, who cares? Just some water. Okay, so we've got our little satellite, and let's look at some inspiration. Let's just scroll down on this side. Moonbase cartoon. That's kinda, why is it not showing? Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to look at some interesting looking space buildings. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna light a cigarette. Get used to it. No, I'm only joking, but yeah, I know some people are against smoking, but I can't help, so I'm smoking. This is a little bit too like high tech, but I kind of just want to get ideas for what we can add. Got a satellite dish. We need like little like storage pods, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Like storage pods next to the place. So there's our entrance, there's our little vent thing. Maybe yeah, at the back. Like little, I don't know, like just storage compartments, and they kind of attach to this place. So I think let's start by just think how we're gonna create these things. So maybe let's extrude something like that, put a little loop cut there, and then I'm gonna just scale this down, just like so. And I don't know, I'm just doing random stuff here. Let me extrude this. And this is kinda, I don't know, it can be something else as well, but let's just see what happens. So let's just make them, yeah, like so. And then we move this one down. I actually just want to have a floor under this thing so I can, oh, that's not going to work. So I can snap things to it. So if you press Shift S, you can go to cursor to world origin again, and then that 3D cursor is going to snap to the center of the of your scene again. So now if I create a plane, it's going to be in the center, and I can just scale it out. Now it's going to be easier. I know I'll probably hide it most of the time because it's going to get in my way, like so. But I just want to snap this face to it. So GZ and then hold in Control, and then it snaps to that face. Really, really handy. And then I'm going to just move this up as well. It's not going to be the same length. Maybe, I don't know if we must maybe scale this. I don't know. Let's just add some details here. So I'm selecting all those ones. Let's do it inset, and then we do a extrude but along the normals. So maybe, I don't know, something like that. Ouch, my eye just burnt. The smoke went into my eye, so that's not good. Okay, so we have this little thing that I don't know really what it is, but maybe we must just expand it a bit. So I am going to, let's select this whole thing. It's going to be interesting. Let's just switch to X-ray. And then I'm going to deselect these ones. Okay, I think now I want to hide this plane again. So deselect those ones like so, and I'm going to just duplicate this part and move it along the Y like so. And now I just want to get in here and just fill this little gap of that and that, and just fill that with F, and then we'll connect these two together, I think. So if we do that and that, and we press what is that again? Bridge faces. There we go. So maybe two of these. There's something like some container type vibe things, and we've got our little sign in front. Let's just do another save quick. Let's look at some inspiration again. Yeah, that's the other thing. Let's jump back into Blender. So I actually, let me just look at that again. Yeah, I actually thought that I want this whole thing to be on legs. Like, it shouldn't be flat on the surface of this asteroid where we're gonna be. So yeah, I think let's do that. I don't know how the whole airlock and everything can be. Yeah, so let's just move it up slightly. Our pipes, they probably going to be a little bit of a problem, but we'll just extrude them out into the floor or into the surface. Okay, so we need some legs. I wonder if we can. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's do some loop cuts. One there, and one there, and one there. Another one on the edge. I don't know, I'm always placing way too many loop cuts, but who cares? So I'm gonna extrude those 4, extrude them down, and then I want to scale them, but if I scale them like this, that's not going to work because we are using the middle pivot of all of them together or something like that. So I'm going to change this to individual origins, and then you can scale them and they will scale individually. So I'm going to scale them down, but that's definitely not good enough. So I'm going to move that up, and then I'm going to extrude this out. And I'm going to do a Control Plus to select all the surrounding faces. And then I'm going to deselect all the bottom ones. So I'm going to Shift, click, and click, and click. Now I want to extrude all of those into different directions separately. So to do that is Control E for extrude. But we want to do individual faces. So if you do that, you'll get something like that, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of what I want. Let's just see if I scale them down. Yeah. What do you guys think? I don't know. Is this making sense at all? So now I just want to place the pivot of this whole building. We just need to make sure we're gonna... Oh, I actually forgot. I need 2 on this side as well, obviously. So I'm just going to clone some of these. So let's just take this one, Control plus, just like that. That's just that one on its own. So I'm going to Shift D to duplicate it. And then we're going to go in the X direction and go in the Y direction. Place it there. Shift D, Y. So they're not connected, but I don't really care now. Maybe we'll need one in the middle as well. So I'm going to Shift D again, and then I'm going to press Shift Z. And that's going to make it so I only move it around in the X and Y axes. Pretty cool. And if you hold in Shift, it goes slow. So we're putting this one maybe there. We need some support. Let's see if we enable our plane again. So I'm just going to move the plane to there. A little bit off center, but yeah, cool. So let's hide the plane again. I need some water. How's everyone doing? Everyone had a okay day? And yeah, tell me what you guys think about the music. I'm using Stream Beats. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You just play it in Spotify and stream it. So this is the Stream Beats Synthwave playlist on Spotify. Okay, let's continue. So we need more things. We need this part. We need to, I think, work on. It needs something. Maybe just some indents. Ooh, that's gonna be, yeah. Let's just do that. That's fine. And then maybe let's just save. Thank you. I'm gonna place some loop cuts here. Obviously, loop cuts like so, and I'm gonna select, just like so. And yeah, we're gonna insert again. Surprise, surprise. But this time I'm gonna extrude outwards. So Alt E and then along normals. I don't think that's a good idea. That looks crap. Let's do the insert again. And just a normal extrude. Yeah, that kind of works. I have no idea what that is, but it's something. So this part is also a little bit boring, I think. Loop cuts. Let's add so many, maybe 8. Yeah, that's cool. And we select, oh shit, select those ones. So alt click, no, alt click, shift alt click. You see this thing, kinda. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. And then that one. Okay. And then that one. That's that all we need. And that's all we need. So obviously we're going to do an inset and extrude, but also alt E and then along normals. And just take it inward, out in. Let's take it out because I see there's some geometry issues, I think, there if I go inwards. So yeah, I'm gonna go out. Little fins or something. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's add the bulbs. I want to add the bulbs. I really want to add the bulbs. What's the bar? Oh, they are. We didn't move this. Didn't move this thing up like so. And okay, so let's do the little lighty bulbs and see. I wonder if I must create them. I'm going to create them as separate objects so I can array them. So we're going to go out of edit mode. Oh, let's just put our 3D cursor right here. And let's just focus on that so I can rotate around it with the full stop shortcut. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new object, a new mesh, and we're going to do a little cylinder. Or let's do a UV sphere. I'm just going to scale that down, move it up. That's going to be the light bulb. That's going to be a very, very basic light bulb. Please don't laugh. So I'm going to scale it up, and we're literally just going to extrude this down. Okay, wait, I'm not finished yet. And I'm going to, let's switch on proportional editing. You can use the O key, the shortcut for that. So I'm going to scale that up, but I'm going to use, oh shit, what's that? Alt plus. No, there's a shortcut to change the size. Control. Always forget that because I don't use a mouse. I use a little Wacom tablet. So yeah, you can't just use the mouse wheel. It's a little bit different. How do I change the size? Come on, it can't be that difficult. I'm sure it's Alt. No, I am losing it. Oh, you see, it's very big. That's why. And it is Alt. Dun, 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 dun. Now it's gonna. Oops. Now it's gonna do something. Yeah, see, that's not completely what I want. Alt plus 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 plus. Now you can. Oh, this is horrible. This is a light bulb. Okay, let's just imagine that's a light bulb. Wow. Let's just make this part bigger. I don't know. It's like a really old style bulbs that they use back in the day. There we go. That's perfect. I think I'm gonna scale this thing. Whoops. I'm gonna scale this thing down. So Control plus all the way to there, and proportional editing off, and then just scale it down, and then move it down like so. Okie dokie. Let's see, anything in the chat? Nothing. Yeah, you guys must let me know if you have any questions or if you have any ideas what we can add. Like, that's the main thing. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the chat, and I will see if I can try my best to model it. Okay, cool. So okay, so I think we have our bulb, and now we're going to create a little array to duplicate it. So I'm just going to move it up to this side, maybe there, and I'm just going to make probably just a straight line, and then I'll position them in little sections. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect because the thing that we're building is obviously not perfect. So cool. So we're gonna go to the the modifiers tab, and I'm gonna click on add array, and we're gonna array in the y-axis. So I'm gonna put the the x-axis to 0, and then y we're gonna do, let's just do 1.5. That's the kind of the distance, and then we increase it how many we would like. So let's just do, I don't know, something like that. Can always delete them if we don't need them. And we apply that, then we have all these little light bulbs. So I'm going to select those ones. This is now one object. Nice. So we just go into edit mode, and then I select with X-ray vision turned on. So I'm going to select those ones, and I'm going to right click, separate selection. And then we're going to do the same with those ones. Let's just take 4, that's fine. Separate selection. And then these ones, how many do we need? Whoops. Let's just separate all of these. Separate selection. So now if I go into object mode, I can select these ones, and I can rotate them. Let's just put their pivot, so set origin to geometry, and then we can rotate them. So rotate in the x-axis, and I think I must just have a look from the front like so, and I can easily rotate them as well. I don't even have to press which axis, because I'm looking from the front. It will always rotate around that axis, which is pretty cool. These ones I'm gonna move down as well, and then also place their pivot. Always place the pivot, always place the pivot. Something like that. And let's do the pivot. Rotate. I don't know, this stream is probably extremely boring, but you know what? It's my first stream, and this is what I'm gonna create today. So I just want to delete, let's just do X-ray again, and then WW to get this lasso select, and then we're going to delete that X faces gone, and then W just to set it back to box select, and then go into edit mode and switch X-ray vision off. Let's see what we have. Let's just do a quick save. I think there's too many bulbs. Maybe we must put some underneath as well, instead of putting these ones here. Yeah, let's do this. So rotate around X and then GY, and they only add a few bulbs for the underside, so it's only going to get a little bit of bulbs like that. So I don't know, that's the only thing I can do. Any other ideas? Come on people, if you have an idea for anything that I can add to this amazing looking base on an asteroid, please let me know. Is the music too soft, or is it loud enough? Alright. Let's continue. Let's see some quick inspiration. Safari. Is there no music, or is the music not loud enough? Let me just have a look quick. It shows that the music is going. It's actually better if I just look here. I can see the chat here as well. I have to sign in. Spacecraft parking next to the building. Yeah, that's actually a very good idea. We can try and do a little. Should we do a little spaceship? Let's do it. Very basic stuff, eh? We're not gonna go crazy here. So we're back in Blender now, eh? Yeah. So let's see which side are we gonna do. Maybe right here next to the airlock. So what I can do is let's start by creating a cube, obviously. Let's just move it down and kind of place it where we think we're gonna be. Let's just scale this down right away and maybe scale it in like that. Okay, I'm not very good at building spaceships, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna mirror this. So I think this mirror, yeah, I've got this auto mirror plugin, which is really, really handy. And I'm gonna mirror along the X. Yeah, that's right. And cut and mirror use clipping, so that's perfect. And I think that is that auto mirror. And now we can see it mirrored the wrong way. So I think yeah, so we need to mirror around the Y. Yeah, that's it. So now if we extrude this front part, yeah, that's it. So let's scale that down. Something like, oh, we don't have a back face, so let's just add that face there. And now we need to maybe extrude that. Let's just extrude this up and then bring this face backwards. That's kind of the window part, I think. Let's just move this a little back. I think we're going too big here. Yes, we are. I'm gonna move this one back, and then these two. This spaceship's gonna look interesting. Interestingly horrible, I think. But let's see what happens. So let's just bring this out and let's just add something on the side because it's looking pretty flat at the moment. And then let's move these ones back. And then no, there's too much happening here now. What am I doing? Let's take these two and these two and just size them in this. Yeah, we need to move these down probably. Let's see if I move these ones down, this one down as well, and then these ones we can move upwards. This is probably the weirdest spaceship that has ever been made. I don't like these wings yet. Let's see if we can fix them a little bit. This is definitely not. This is definitely not working. Let me just select all these vertices and scale them flat, completely flat, maybe. And then we scale them in the y-axis 0 as well. So now we have something like that. Okay, that's better. I think it's better. Now the other part is this section here is not good. So I think we need to extrude, or we need to rotate this. Yeah, let's rotate it like that and move it up and then extrude it. What is happening there in front? Ooh, I had some faces selected there, but who cares? So I'm going to extrude these ones down and then I have no idea what I'm doing. Move those ones back, and this front thing I just want to you see we have some horrible geometry, but yeah, but I'm just going to select that and scale that down, and then move that. Let's scale it down some more. I think we're kind of breaking the geometry here. Let's quickly see if we can fix this. So there's like an extra face. Let me just focus in on that. The extra face somewhere here. See, that's actually a face. Delete face. Okay, that's good. Let me just switch on the statistics, then we can actually see what we have selected. So I've got 2 edges selected here, so that's a problem. And yeah, 1 edge, 2 edges, 2 edges as well. Yeah, know what, I'm not gonna focus on that right now. It's not super important at this time, so let's just move that in there. Okay, so there's our little spaceship. This back part, let's just do something here. I don't know what. Extrude that out and then scale that down. And then we have like a little, this one we can move down and rotate maybe like that. And then, no. Let's not extrude it. Let's just rotate it again, like so. And dun, 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 dun. I don't know. It looks like a weird little, like a bird. I'm just gonna move this edge up like so. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's our spaceship done. Maybe just need some legs. Some leggies. So let's just insert that, extrude that out, move it backwards, just move it up a little bit, and then let's do that weird trick again. Let's just do it on the one side. Yeah, it's on the one side. Just extrude. I actually want to extrude them as 2 separate things, so Alt E and then extrude individual faces. So now we can scale them, yeah, and they'll become 2. That is what I want. That's a little bit too far, I think. And then move them down and then move them out again. I don't know, is that completely ridiculous? And then we need like a where do you get in? Somewhere, maybe it opens up, yeah, and then you just jump in and that's it. Yeah, I just want to make this thing a little bit, see, there's the problem, is double stuff here. So I'm just gonna move that in. Oh, that's horrible. I think this must come down. Is still part of the problem, yeah. I can probably just merge these 2 quick. So if I select those M at center, and then maybe let's do the same with these at center. This might actually fix all the problems. M center, same with that one. M center, M center, M center, and YS Books. Is this for a larger project? No. This is, well, it is actually. It's just an idea I had. Let me go back to my main chat. Just an idea I had where I want to create this little short animation, like a, I don't know, like a minute maybe. Just a little personal project, and it's about this little alien dude living on a asteroid somewhere in our universe, I think. And yeah, this is kind of his base that he's building out of all kinds of junk that he can find in the universe. So the bar sign in front, he got from Earth. So yeah, it's just for my own little passion project, if you can call it that. How to model the Millennium Falcon in 5 minutes? Yes. No. Maybe one day, but not yet. Yeah. Like with certain stuff, I'm okay. Like doing certain shapes, but I don't know. Always trying to create these low poly, janky looking things are quite difficult for me. I don't know. It's tricky. Like to come up with the ideas, I think is probably the most difficult. But if you have an idea and you're like, oh yeah, let's do that, and then it kind of flows. But to come up with the idea, that's usually the tricky part. I want to do a little, what do you call it? Like a, I'm just gonna jump back into Blender. A little, what do you call it? Like a thing that you'll see now. Okay, let me just do this quick. So if I select this face and then Control, click there, then I select all those faces. We just extrude this, and we scale this up like a little cover from the rains on this meteorite, or meteor, not a meteorite. Yeah, something like that. And then I just want to put have some supports here. So let's extrude it one more time to give us some extra faces here at the bottom. And then we take this one, and we do a little inset. Insets are always cool. And I'm on individual origins, so I can scale in the X axes like that, and then we can extrude these down. And how are they gonna look like? So for them, we can just do down, and then we do that same trick, Control plus to select all the faces around those faces, and then we shift to deselect those, and then I'm gonna do Alt E and then extrude along normals. Bam. And I want to make these a little bit rounder, so I'm gonna select all the edges around like so, and that edge. Dun, 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 dun. Music is very disco-y, but I like it. It's very 80s. It's obviously called what's it? Synth something. Synthwave. Yeah, so it's like an 80s style vibe. Niku, are you going to UV unwrap this? Maybe, but I'll obviously have to fix a lot of issues first. So I'll probably. But the idea that I have in mind for the animation is not like a very high detailed, amazing textures and stuff like that. It's more like it's going to be low poly, and it's going to be very cartoony kind of style. I just want to test out my rigging, basic rigging abilities, and obviously modeling a bit and things like that. But yeah, it's not going to be crazy high detail, and I don't even think I want to use textures. I want to use maybe cartoon type textures. I'll use I want to go for the very flat look. Yeah, just a cartoon, so nothing crazy, nothing. I'll probably render it with Eevee as well, and not even Cycles, which is the kind of more realistic render. Oh, cool. Why is Brooksy also doing a animation series using Blender? Yeah, Blender is amazing. I've been using. I'm just gonna tell a quick little story about the history of what I've used before. The history of the software that I've used before. So I started back in the day. The first kind of animation software I got was back in the DOS days, and that was called Autodesk Animate. Let me just light a cigarette for this little story. So I was always interested in animation and doing, I don't know, 3D and 2D, and just I wanted to create things. So I had DOS installed on my computer, and somehow I got this software, and it was Autodesk. And it was a 2D animation software, like a 2D drawing thing, and I used to love that and just draw like crazy little stick figure animations using Autodesk Animate. And then I got a version of 3ds Max that was for DOS, and I used that back in the day. And then after a few years I moved over to Windows, and that became a thing. And I think I was still using a little bit of 3ds Max then, just playing around. I was still in school. And then I was first using 3ds Max for quite some time. I moved over to, I tested out Cinema 4D for a while. That was not too bad. Then I kind of got stuck on Modo for a bit, like probably for about a year or two. If you look at my tunnel vision tutorials and you go kind of through them, you'll see all the kind of changes I went through in 3D software. So it was 3ds Max, and then Cinema 4D somewhere, and then Modo, which is the Foundry. They create Modo, which is pretty cool. And then I moved over to Maya, because it's like the industry standard, and you have to know Maya, and Maya's the best and all of that. And I never liked using Maya. I remember I installed Maya probably 10 times, and every time I was like, okay, this new version, I'm going to install it and I'm going to like it. And then I install it and I'm like, I open it and it feels so, I don't know, it feels so industrial to me. It's not pretty, the interface is not pretty, and it's just, I don't know, it's ugly. I never liked it, and I installed it a few times and I was like, I don't like this. And then I started working for a studio, and I think they used it, or someone I can't remember, or we had a license or something and I had to use it. So I kind of got into Maya. And Maya is super powerful and customizable, and you can do anything with it, and you can plug in other applications and write your own scripts for your studio, and it's amazing. I understand completely why it's the industry standard, because it's so customizable and it's powerful and it's amazing for animation. And it's good software. But I moved over to Blender. Well, I tried Blender a couple of times before 2.8. I tried a couple of years ago, and every single time when I opened up Blender, I looked at that interface and I was just like, I can't use this. I can't use this. Like, I don't know, it was just not nice. And I'm not like always finicky about interfaces. It sounds like that probably now, but you guys know, anyone who used Blender before 2.8 was not good. So I couldn't. I was just like, I understand it's powerful and I see the things that people do with it. It's amazing, but I can't. So I think I went back to Modo or back to Maya and used that for a while again. And then they released 2.8, and I was like, okay, I'm going to check it out. Maybe it's I don't know. I didn't know that they actually changed the interface. I just heard there was a new big update to Blender. So I was like, okay, cool. Download, install, open it. I was blown away instantly. I was just like, the interface is perfect. It's dark, it's nice, and you can obviously change it as well. You can customize it to anything you want to see. But the graphics and the flat look, and I don't know, it's just a beautiful interface. If I look at it now, it's just clean. And if you look at the icons in Maya, it's so damn ugly. I don't know what they are. I don't know. But anyway, this is just a little rant, kind of on topic. But yeah, Blender. And then I started using Blender. And it was probably, when was it? Well, 2.8 came out actually a while, I think, before I discovered that it was out. So it wasn't like the first day when it was released. And then only in 2020 when lockdown started, I decided that I'm going to start, because then I saw Blender, I was like, it looks amazing. Then I decided that I'm going to learn it. And for me, usually the best way to learn new software is to make a tutorial on it, or to create a course, an online course for that specific application. So I decided that I'm going to, because I make Skillshare courses as well. So I decided I'm going to make a Skillshare course, just like all the basics, how to get into Blender, like how to, I don't know, how to kind of get into Blender in about 6 hours. That was the course I created for Skillshare. So that forced me to learn all these little, like how to do the basic modeling, how to do basic physics, how to do basic anything really. And I kind of did it in small little chunks, and then I had a list of everything that I wanted to do, or that I was able to do in Maya, that I kind of want to tick off in Blender. And it was quite a long list. I did physics simulation, like basic physics simulation, obviously material, lighting, basic modeling, UV unwrapping, a little bit of particles, I think. I can't remember if I did particles in that course, but yeah, it just forced me to learn Blender. And I must say, Blender was probably the quickest learning curve, if you call it that, of any 3D software that I've ever tried. Once you know the shortcuts, the G and the S and the R and the XYZ, and the basic shortcuts just to move around in your scene, and when you start using, because other software like Maya and 3ds Max, I know they have obviously a lot of shortcuts, but I feel in Blender it's just and RealFlow, as Niku is mentioning there in the comments. Yeah, RealFlow, I went through a RealFlow phase as well, but now I can do it in Blender, because that was always the thing for me. Like Maya's fluid simulation was always a bit weird to me. I think the best way to use fluid in, I don't know, it's probably much better now, but when I used it, you kind of have to buy extra plugins, or just use RealFlow and then import that into Maya. Maya's fluid simulation wasn't great. It's probably better now. But now I can just do everything in Blender. I can do amazing looking fluid okay, I can't really, but you can, if you want to learn how to, you can create amazing fluid sims in Blender, as well as amazing smoke simulations, amazing fire explosions, whatever. So now you can just do all that in Blender, and you can composite in Blender, and you can edit video in Blender if you really want to. And now with the new version coming up, this one actually, you can do a lot of node-based modeling. So you can actually, you can use nodes. Like, that's the one thing I never got into, and that's Houdini. I think I did install, there's like a free student learning version of Houdini, and I installed that probably 5 times, and every time I kind of went into it and I was like, I can't. When there was, I think, before the days where I used PF Track, because I use a lot of PF Track for work, and PF Track is node based, like completely node based, and I wasn't, I just couldn't. I looked at Houdini and it was just, I want to be able to use Houdini so bad, because it's the most powerful 3D software I think out there, when it comes to simulations, physics simulations, fluid simulations, any like particle simulations. It's the best, and it's crazy, but I couldn't. And I think there was a while, I don't know if any of you used that before, it's called Thinking Particles. I think it was in 3ds Max. It's a particle that you buy, and it was called Thinking Particles. And Thinking Particles, the application, it was crazy. It's basically, it's a full-on node-based physics simulation plugin I think you can do like fire, smoke. I think you can do liquid, and you can go from liquid to fire to gas to smoke to whatever, all in one. And yeah, I used that for a while in 3ds Max, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was. You can, especially when it comes to where you have to destroy a building or something, thinking particles, that was like crazy. Then you do all the physics simulations, and you have this center point, and then you just animate the center point, and as it goes through the building, it will just start like all the pieces will just start kind of falling from that side. Like you have like all these glue settings and where to like react and where to start. I don't know, it's crazy, and you can kind of do it in real time and see how it breaks off where you move that sphere or object. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I love Blender. I'm sold on Blender. And it feels so much quicker to make something. Like every time I use Maya, sorry, I'm going on here for like a whole rant about 3D applications, but I don't know, that's what I like to talk about. So the cool thing about Blender is like it feels so quick to do something small. Like let's say back in the day before I used Blender, I at work when I used Maya, they'll say, okay, create this little, I don't know, little wooden post sign or something. And it's such a mission to set up your project in Maya. Just to set up your project takes like a few minutes. Or maybe not a few minutes, but you have to kind of like set it up and then start on the project. And then, I don't know, it just feels like in Blender, you just open it, you click save as, you save your project, and there you go, you're done. It just feels so much quicker, everything in Blender. So anyway, I think let's go back Blender cam and let's add a few more things here. How long is the stream already? Where do I see this? I saw it somewhere. Anyways, it's probably like an hour. Well, it's 22:12 here now in South Africa, Cape Town. What's the time there by you guys? Anyone outside of South Africa? What is your local time? Let me know in the comments. Or in the chat, I mean. I must still get used to all of this. Comments, chat. Comments, chat. This is chat. Okay, so we've got our little shade thingy, and let's just fix these pipes really quick. So this one's not even closed, so I just want to select all those ones, and then I can probably just do an extrude and then a scale and then a 0, and then select all those faces, and then I'm just going to extrude them down into the ground, and then we're going to do the same with this side. Oh yeah, they're separate objects. Yeah, I see, this is not pretty. This is not pretty. Let me just do this one the same as well. I'm going to delete all those. That's still one thing I need to try and focus on, is to create nice geometry. Dun, dun, dun. Wise Brooks, 5:32 p.m. Cool. Adrian, 22:23. Okay, are you like 2 or so hours behind me? And Wise Brooks, you are probably, I don't know, where you from, if you don't mind me asking. Okay, so I'm just going to close this down. So I'm going to extrude and scale and then 0. Just 0 that out like so. Yeah, and then we're going to extrude that out straight like that is fine, I think. Cool. So we've got our little pipes going. We've got our little... this spaceship is so horrible. But you know what? That's how it is. I maybe just need to do a little adjustment here. Maybe just bring this down. See, this thing is so broken. Let's just merge. I can't do that. Let's merge those vertices quickly. Sorry, I'm back at this spaceship for just a bit because I'm not happy with it. That's one, and that's one, that's one, and that's one, and that's one. So that should be fine. And that's one, yeah. So now we can move this down. See, that's already feeling better. Like so. But these wings, okay, wait, let's just do a scale in the that way, and then let's just move this in. Maybe if we go like all wonky with this thing, maybe like little small little fat thing like that, and it looks like an elephant. Yes, okay, we have a little elephant spaceship, and you know what, let's do some insets. Why not? Insert, and let's just take that in. That's the window type of thing. Just make a TIE fighter. It's easy. Yeah, it's probably not super difficult if you get a little reference, but for now we make a little elephant spaceship. Bank, like so. Yeah, that's a little elephant spaceship right there. Maybe we need. This is crazy. It looks really like an elephant to me now. Anyways, I think let's leave it as is. Happy days. The sign or this airlock. Maybe let's just add a little bit of details. Maybe going around here somewhere. Maybe just these ones. See that? Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna extrude. Yeah, along normals. Let's see, that's probably fine. And then we can inset that again, and then just extrude that in. I kind of like doing that. Okay, we need more things on the roof or next to the place. Any ideas, or should we go to Safari? Safari. Moon base. Let's do Mars base. Cartoon. Little domes, little aerials. We need aerials. We need. See, now that's a easier spaceship. Why didn't I think of that? I can never think of these things if I don't kind of see them. See, this is also cool. These little side pods with a connection thingies. Ooh. Okay, I want to create one of these pods at the back, and ooh, that's also nice. A little weird reactor. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so back to Blender. Let's first start. Let me just be able to jump between that image. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the little side pod. More pipes and tubes on the roof. I agree. And we need a greenhouse dome. Yes, agree. Okay, hopefully I'm not gonna forget. So let's do the little pod first. So I'm gonna make the pod so it comes out at this section right here. So we'll probably have to straighten this line a little bit right here. So I'm going to move these. I'm going to GG them and GG that one to slide it. And then I'm going to make them all nice and straight like that. And then the same with this one, just GG them in so I can easily select them. And then S, Y, 0. Okie dokie, so we're gonna extrude these ones to make little. So that's gonna be very small, but that's fine. I think we're gonna do maybe these two because he's quite tiny. Yeah, he's gonna fit into that thing, so that should be big enough. So maybe that way, and then let's do a little corridor thingy, and then this goes that way, and then we just need to create something here now. So I'm gonna just bring it out first and then extrude this out this way and this way, and then we can maybe create something. We just move these two in slightly, and I'm gonna move this back like so. Little pod thingy there. We're obviously gonna need legs for this, all of this as well, but I'm not gonna focus on that right now. And yeah, we're on the Blender cam. What are we gonna do with this thing? I think, yeah, just very basic like that. I'm gonna do, whoops, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna just move that back again. I'm just gonna extrude these again like so, and then I want to put another loop cut right there. I don't know, I just want to take all these. What do I want to do here? Just gonna move it inwards. Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna work really. If we extrude this inwards, this is not gonna. No, that's not gonna work. If we scale it, also not gonna work. We could probably. It's creating some horrible geometry here. If I do that, but maybe that's fine for now. Just kind of to get the idea what's gonna happen here. So those are the little pods, and let's create that little reactor thing. So let's maybe say we're gonna make a little doorway here, or just this corridor can just kind of continue onwards. And now we need some sort of cylinder thing. So I'm gonna place my 3D cursor right there, and I'm gonna create a cylinder. Let's only make like what, 16, 24, 16. Yeah, 16 is cool. And then L to select all those faces. Okay, and then we're gonna move it out. Maybe scale it up and move it up for now. Maybe like that. And then I just want to rotate it so we have kind of a matching face for the door. So there we go. So we can probably dissolve that edge. X dissolve edges. And then we can take that face and that face, and we can bridge them. Bam! Not the best topology, I apologize, but this video is not really about topology. So to be honest, we are just building crazy stuffs. So the reactor, let's add some interesting things. So first of all, I'm going to move this ceiling up a little bit, and let's create some loop cuts. And then let's use our pattern thing again. So second one, and then shift control plus 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 plus, and that kind of works out. So now I want to select this one. It's probably a quicker way to do this, and then shift that one, shift control plus 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 plus. I'm probably going to make a mistake now, and then it's going to be all gone. Shift at the end, shift control plus 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 plus, and then shift control plus 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 plus, and shift control plus 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 plus. It's quite weird to say the commands out loud. But anyways, let's do shift that one, control shift plus 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 plus. Okay, that's cool. So now we're gonna do inset, obviously. and just a tiny bit like so. And I think this must go inwards, outwards, inwards, outwards, inwards. Let's do inwards. So Alt E and then extrude along normals. Like, yes, like so. No idea what this building is, but let's say it's a reactor. I just want to create a little thing here. That looks interesting, but let's just do that. So it's not kind of sticking out through it. Maybe we can do a little. There's a little mosquito flying here. Mosquito. Little aerial somewhere. You know what? We need extractor fans. Extractor fans is what we need. Let's go. Yeah. I'm gonna have a little cigarette, if you guys and girls don't mind. Is everyone still awake? Okay, let's build some extractor fans. So I'm going to place my 3D cursor just right here on this roof. And I'm going to create it in edit mode as well, so it's part of the whole object. Or maybe I mustn't, because I can then easily just duplicate it. Yeah, let's do that. Go out. And then I'm going to add a cube, of course. Scale that down, move it up. So let's see. How's it, Adrian? my two biggest fans, Adrian and Niku. Welcome. Okay, extractor fans. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna let's just bevel this thing slightly, and then move this down. It shouldn't be. I think this whole thing must be bigger. Yeah, that is what I need. And then we need like some sort of fan at the top. Let me just see. Yeah, it's gonna be very basic, so let's just let's inset this and then take it all the way in, or like so. And then we need to create some sort of a fan. Let me just think what's the easiest way gonna be for this now. I think if we insert that again, move it up, and then if I bevel these sides, can I make it round? Let's see. Ooh, yeah, this is kinda I know there is a way to do it, to bevel it in so it's perfectly round, but I'm probably gonna mess it up. Shift or Control B to bevel, and then you move in, but see, that shouldn't happen. It should kind of go, and then it should just go rounder and rounder and rounder, but I can't remember now where to do that, so I'll just do something like that. Just close that. It's maybe a clamp. No, it's not a clamp. Seems sharp. That's probably one of these, but you know what? I'm not gonna stress about it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just leave it just like that. Now I need, oh yeah, I need to take this thing down, and then that we're gonna take in, and now we need some sort of kind of fan thing right here. So I'm gonna just place my 3D cursor again in the center, and yeah, we're just gonna obviously do a cube, scale it down all the way, and move it up. It's gonna be a very weird looking extractor fan, but again, we are creating weird stuff. So, oops, I'm just gonna extrude those ones. Individual faces. Bam. Low poly fan done. Maybe let's create a little thingy for it. Zoop, and that should just go into the building like that. Does that look like an extractor fan? Low poly extractor fan, maybe? Okay, yeah, let's duplicate this. I think this is, whoa, what's happening at the bottom? This is going in a little bit too far. Let's just move this up so it goes inside. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate this a few times. Maybe one there, maybe one off to the side, and then maybe one up there. So the cool thing about this face snapping is you just do your duplicate and then hold in control, and then you see now it's snapping to the pivot point, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm first just going to place it somewhere, and I'm going to go into edit mode, select this face, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then go out of edit mode, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. So now this object's pivot point is right there at the bottom in the center of this face. And now let me just see. Oh, a grid mesh. Yeah, we can try that. Let's give it a try. So I'm just going to place this one quickly. So now we've got the pivot right underneath that fan. So now I can easily just do a G and then hold it in control, and then it's going to snap onto that face. So that's pretty nice to place stuff really quickly. So Shift D, and we place one there. Shift D, place one there. Maybe. Yeah, this place is really janky, if that is even a word. I don't know where I heard janky, but this is janky base. A space house, as we named it. So let me just save that quickly. So let's try and do the mesh vent. I wonder. Okay, let's try that. So let's create a plane. So I'm just going to place my 3D cursor right here. Cursor to selected, and we're going to create a plane, scale it down, move it up, and then we're going to create some loop cuts. So edit mode, loop cut, and I'm going to create many loop cuts. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just going to try it and see what happens. So let's do 20 loop cuts, and then I'm going to do 20 in this direction as well. 20 like that. And now, you see, now we need to select, and I don't know a lot of selection shortcuts in Blender. Okay, what we do is we select all of them, and then we do our favorite, which is inset. So we do double I. Like if you press I once, then it kind of insets the whole thing, and if you press it twice, then it insets each and every face. So we can do that basically, delete faces. Yeah, look at that. Then we can select all and then just extrude it straight up or straight down, just a little like that, and then we move it into the, whoops, go out of edit mode, and then we move that into, you can probably just do that with a with a wireframe modifier. So I'm going to place it here and see how it looks like. This must obviously go above the fan, right? I'm not an engineer, so I think this thing must go under. See, then we're not going to see our amazing looking fan. Yeah, I think let's just place it like in the, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Niku? Do you think that works? Maybe. I know the fan is on top of the grid, but it's actually fine. Maybe. This fan also won't really be able to turn because it's gonna knock this corner, maybe. But you know what? Doesn't make a lot of sense either way. So awesome. Niku is happy. Cool. So I'm gonna take this one and then duplicate that all around. There's probably an easier way to kind of swap them out like that, but you know what? I'm just gonna select that and join them together. So right click join. So this is our new one. So I'm gonna delete those two and then duplicate, put one there, duplicate, put one that side, and let's delete this one, this one, this one, and replace. Ah no, this one's pivot point is not right. No, it's not. So edit mode, select this face, Shift S, send cursor to selection, and then go out, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. That's what I want. So that's why they kind of inside the ceiling, or whatever you call them. So I need to delete these again, and then we can do that. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so let's put one there as well. Yeah, where do you want to go? Control. What is going on with this thing now? Doesn't want to snap. Pivot is correct. G, yeah, there we go. And then Shift D, put one there. Shift D, put one this side. Cool. Let's just center this one slightly. Like so. What's the time now? Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'll stream until 1 o'clock. That's another 12 minutes or so to go. Yeah, but so far it was pretty fun. I hope it was entertaining for you guys and girls. But yeah, let's create maybe one more thing. So we've got our vents. We're gonna try the dome quickly for Niku. Okay, so let's do another. I'm just gonna create a icosphere because I think that's kind of the best way to create one of those domes. And then we just move it out to the side, and now we need to cut it in half. So X-ray vision is on, and face select, I think we just delete all those ones like so. And now we need to move it down. So let's close these. Let's just close this quickly, and then we can do a gridful. Gridful, yeah, it's called gridful. That's pretty cool. So let's move that so that pivot is on the right. You see, one thing you need to kind of do is name your meshes, and I usually do, but not tonight. As you can see, cubes, planes, spheres. But yeah, don't care. So I'm just going to scale this plane up so I can position this thing flat on the around like so. And now we just need to connect it somewhere. So I'm gonna just hide this plane again. So maybe if we make a little, let's just rotate it so it's kind of more facing that way. Maybe it should connect to this little pod here. Yeah. Let's do that. So I'm gonna place it here, and then we can do a little. You see, this should be off the ground as well. Let's just move it up. That's fine. I'm just gonna eyeball that, and then we're gonna create a little tunnel going that way. So we can extrude this, and then just for interesting sake, I'm gonna use this. What is it called? Spin. So it's really cool. Like you place your 3D cursor somewhere. So I'm gonna place it on this edge. So Shift S, 3D cursor to select it. And then I'm going to select this face, and I'm going to click on the spin, and I'm going to do, I think I must turn the music a little bit down. I think it's getting a little bit much there. So I'm going to just rotate around that angle, and then you kind of get that effect. So I'm going to take it out to about 90 degrees. The only thing about this tool is it creates like multiple edges. So look here, if I go edge select and I go to X-ray and I do a box select, whoa, that's not going to work. Yeah, I just need to go box select. And if I do a box select around this area, you'll see 13 edges. So that's the only thing about this tool. I don't know why they don't fix it, or if it's really it's probably not really a fault. Because it takes that one face and it spins it around the one. I don't know. It must obviously create them because it's got all these edges. It creates all these side edges, and then it creates an edge for each of these. So it's a bit weird, but I think it's unnecessary. So now basically you can just merge them. So I have to go into vertex select, and you'll see there's 13 vertices there. So merge them at center, and then those ones as well. 13 merge at center. Now we have one, and we have one edge. Nice, very nice. Okay, so now we're just gonna extrude this one this way, and we need to make a little connection here. But you know what? For now, let's just do not even that. I just need to move that like so. Go in there. Yeah, amazing. I'm just gonna rotate this one so it kinda looks a bit better. Oops, like so. Yup. 13 segments, so 13 edges. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but it's kind of annoying that you have to every time go in and then merge the vertices again. But it's not bad. If you don't know about it, then it might cause issues. But if you know about it, then you just quickly delete it. Cool. So we've got our fans, we've got our satellite. Maybe we can duplicate this satellite quickly. Can we do that? Yeah, it's a separate kind of mesh. So I'm gonna duplicate that out, and then I'm gonna just separate this out. Let's actually do the same with this one as well. Yeah. And now I want to just place this thing's pivot underneath it. See, for this it should actually stand on these little points. So I will go vertex select, and then we do that. Okay, and then Shift S, cursor to select it, and your cursor will be in the center of all those ones. And then I can do right click on this one, set origin to 3D cursor, and then we have our origin in that spot, which is nice. because now I can go and I can say, okay, cool, I want this thing to be somewhere here, so just do a G and a control, and I can place it there. Perfect. And maybe we can place one here as well, so Shift D, and then we place it right there. And that's not right there. That's better. Let's just check this one quickly. Yeah, that one's good, and that one's good. Cool, so that is our little space house for now. I'm just going to save it. Let's quickly have a look at just a little sunrise lighting. This will probably not work with Eevee. If I use this new sky texture, I think you have to be in. This might kill my little Mac now. Yeah, it's gonna cause audio issues. Sorry, let me change it back. I still need to figure that out, like how I'm gonna do renders. I've got a PC that's a lot more powerful than this Mac, but I just enjoy working on the Mac so much more than my much more powerful PC. What I should actually do is use that as the streaming engine and kind of then just record the output of the Mac. I think I'll have to set up that and see how that works. But yeah, you can't really do, I'm not really going to do a cycles render right now. I'll figure out how I can do that for some of the next streams. But I think we did something pretty cool. It's very basic, very, very basic stuff, but we've got a little airlock with our nice bar entrance sign, and we've got our amazing little elephant spaceship, and we've got our pipes. We need more pipes, lots and lots of pipes is always a good thing. And we've got a little greenhouse, and we've got our little weird pod section, and this is our reactor or something. This is probably where they make where he makes the fuel for his little spaceship, obviously. Cool, guys and girls. I think that was stream number 1. Thanks so much for joining me tonight on my first live stream ever. It was quite fun. Let me just switch this back to and the music stopped. Suddenly realized it was very quiet. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who actually logged in and watched some of the stream with me. It was really cool to have a little chat to you guys, and just to do some little blendering. It's always fun. I always enjoy doing working in Blender. I'll probably live stream a few more Blender things. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. If you want to see something else, I must be honest, I really enjoy Blender at the moment, so I'll probably want to do more Blender stuff right now. I know a lot of you want some After Effects and some Nuke as well, maybe later. After Effects maybe when we do some compositing, but I will probably focus a little bit more on Blender right now, because I've got a lot of projects that's kind of in the works that I'm busy with, and I'm using Blender for all of that. So maybe I'll live stream some of those working sessions where I'm actually doing some other work, not this spaceship idea or this little alien idea. So I'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think it was that was really fun. It was cool. Cheers, Niku. Jy moet vroeg opstaan. And I'm definitely gonna do more live streams, so watch out for that in the future. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. But yeah, I'll probably focus on Blender. But maybe you want to see like UV unwrapping, or you want to see more rendering stuff, or more lighting, or more maybe more physics stuff. Like let's do some simulations, some physics simulations, or liquid simulations, or there's so many things you can do in Blender. So let me know down in the comments, and I will definitely read them. And I'm also not sure when I will do the next live stream. I obviously want to do like probably 2 a week, but I'll probably start with maybe 1 a week, see how that goes. I'm still obviously testing the streaming waters. I was actually looking at Twitch first, but yeah, Twitch is very difficult to get into if you don't have any followers. And I have a little bit of a following on YouTube, so I decided I'm gonna do this. I was also thinking of rebranding my YouTube channel like completely. Yeah, tell me what you guys think about that. If you think it's a good idea, like rebranding the whole Tunnel Vision thing to a different name and everything. I don't know. Maybe I must keep it Tunnel Vision TV. I don't know. That's probably how everyone kind of knows it. But yeah, it's a weird. The thing about Tunnel Vision TV is it's a difficult thing to build a big subscriber base around, because I don't know. It's just a weird name, and I don't think people. It's not searchable. I don't know. It's weird. YouTube is difficult when it comes to things like that. So I'll see what I can do about that. Maybe I'll change it one day, maybe not. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you want to see more live streams, click on the little thumbs up, little like icon thingy. If you want to see more live streams, you don't have to. And if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. The weird thing is, I think like 90% of my viewers on YouTube are not subscribed, or I think it's even or more. I think it's like 3%, or between 5 and 3% of my viewers are actually subscribed, which is crazy to think about it. But yeah, I understand, like, you don't always want to click on subscribe and then, but the thing is, with the new algorithms on YouTube, you don't really, even if you subscribe to your channel, you're not really going to just get notifications about that channel all the time. They're going to recommend, they're going to try and recommend channels that's similar to that one, because they kind of know you like that content. So it's not like you're going to get suddenly bombarded with all my tutorials, and I don't really upload new tutorials, but you're not going to get like bombarded with notifications. So yeah, just think about it. If you're not subscribed, think about it. It really helps me a lot. The subscriber base, and also the likes, and then obviously the amount or the duration that people actually watch the stream. But yeah, that's a whole different ball game. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys and girls. It was fun, and hopefully I will see you all next time here on the Tunnel Vision live stream. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.